My name's Ryan Gander, and people say I'm an artist. That's what they describe me as. But I wouldn't necessarily say I was an artist. If I get in a taxi and I'm asked by a taxi driver what I do, I usually say I'm a teacher. But that's just to avoid further difficult questions about what artists do all day. The impetus for making a conveyor belt work comes from the generation game. But I started making these collections on conveyor belts because I really like the idea that usually when you go to a space where contemporary art is shown, you navigate it and you choose the duration that you look at things. And I like the idea that the exhibition moves around the spectator rather than the spectator moving around the objects. It's kind of a bit of a tongue-in-cheek dig at the social media and the internet generation or post-internet fad, because this is essentially a scroll culture. When I say scroll, I always go like this, but you also go like that, which is very confusing to me. And I'm not a fan of that speed, and I'm not a fan of people telling me how much time I should spend with something. And I'm not a fan of this huge trend for people looking at things superficially and never delving deeper than the skin. The duration that you spend with a work is not necessarily qualitative or quantitative of how good the work is. It's how much you think about it on the way back from the gallery on the bus. And obviously whether the work's disgusting or you hate it, it doesn't make any difference whether it's a good or bad work. For me, quality in work is how long it stays with you, even if it irritates you and you dislike it. So I spend less and less time thinking about what happens in the gallery and more time in what happens in people's lives, in terms of how much they invest in the artwork, how much they're prepared to research and read about the artist, the trajectory of their practice, their research subjects. I think the worst work is being given something on a silver plate with a defined meaning and an answer. That's, for me, that's dead work. That doesn't stay with me when I'm on the bus. It's difficult for a spectator to understand the idea of a collection. If they only see one thing, they need something that is comparable to understand the idea of a collection. It's not conceptual art, what I make. It doesn't stay in its own idea of itself. It's social work, in a way. It has emotion, and it has humour, and it has sadness, and it has all these things. It takes its roots. The way that I practice is based in the tradition of conceptual art, I'd say. The exhibition at the moment is on at the Talbot Rice Gallery, which is part of the University of Edinburgh, and I think it's on for about 2 months. And then it's the British Art Show, so it tours. It's already been in Leeds, and it's going to go to Norwich and to Southampton after this.